I do not own the character rights to Disney. Greetings, welcome to my channel Midnight Contemplations Art. Today I will be speed drawing Piper from Star Darlings. Now, I'm pretty sure Piper's meant to be a sort of, like, they're all meant to be star signs, or zodiac signs, if you call them that. I think she's meant to be a Pisces. I'm not sure about that, though, so don't quote me on it. I just think that Piper, Pisces, and, like, so far they've been pretty obvious with the names. Makes me think of whether that was a thing they were trying to do, but then they ended up just making them into the Star Darlings rather than the zodiac sign people. So in the series, she sort of has like a shy, meditative, like, thing about her. She's meant to be that sort of person. Yeah, there's really not much to her. She's just sort of like, ah, yes, I will meditate and I will be shy. So there's really not much going on with how she is or like her character. Also, I do believe that she doesn't speak throughout the entire course of the series, which is interesting if they were considering like making her mute. But I don't think that's what they were going for. I think they were just going for, well, we don't really have money to pay a voice actress. Or it could also just be like they couldn't find something that she could say, so they just left it like that. Otherwise, she really doesn't have much of a character, which is kind of terrible considering that she is meant to be one of the characters. The eyelashes. I was having lots of trouble with these just because of the weird like angle that her face was in, because she's looking at you, but she also has a tilt, like her head tilted to about 3/4. Another thing is that I'm working in a really terrible resolution here. However, in the next episode, I found a way to fix that, so hopefully it won't look as grainy and weird, but yeah, you're just gonna have to sit tight up until next week. Honestly, with the character design, they're sort of running out of colours at this point. You can definitely tell that they don't really know what to do, because they've got a purple character, a pink character, a yellow character, a sort of reddish pink character who also has some elements of purple, a blue character, and a yellow character. And other than that, they have an orange character and a light pink character. So at this point, it's sort of like they're running out of colours and they know it. So they're just sort of going for something that looks a little bit different, but not very different. Because this is, I guess, a bit more of a blue-green than a blue like Vega. Something I am questioning is whether they don't just make a green character as well. It really seemed to be going for like the whole colour thing. So here, when I was doing the pupils, I was having a lot of trouble with these eyes, like a lot. But I do think they get sort of alright by the end. It's just because of the resolution of this image, like you can't... Like I was trying to make it a little bit bigger than usual, but not really doing that, but it's not working, and it just... I really didn't like the way they were turning out, so in the end I just sort of had to get rid of the entire thing and fix it. But honestly, her character design is slightly boring. Like her hair isn't as voluptuous and like large and loud as it was with the other characters, and it doesn't really give off a personality. It's just a high ponytail. She could be Ariana Grande. She could be a... what do they call themselves? Arianators, I think? I'm so sorry, but I don't actually know. Like, there's not much to go with for this character. There's no shape language, there's no color language. It's all sort of, well, it's a character. We were busy. And you can definitely tell that they didn't put as much effort into designing unique clothes for this character, because the others had like very unique styles and things, but this one is just sort of like, it's a dress with one strap with a star on it. It's nothing really special like the other characters, and I feel like we've really gotten into the background characters now. Even though they're all meant to be main characters technically, but now we're sort of getting into the more background characters of the main characters, because they did decide to go for 12 main characters, and honestly, we all know that wouldn't work out. I feel like the only way you can really get 12 main characters is if you introduce them and have like enough time to give us like a full lowdown on who they are and what they stand for and all that. A good example of that is Avatar: The Last Airbender, the Dragon Prince. Yeah, those are probably the best two I can think of, because they have a lot of characters, a very large cast, but you know who each one of them is, and you can like go from there. Now, the reason I'm saying that we've gotten into the background characters now is basically because these characters don't really show up. Like, they don't. For example, Piper, I only remember her in like one episode and then in the big team up. So the one episode I remember her in is the one where Sage is telling Cassie to not be so not adventurous, and like they go to this crystal place, and Scarlet's there for some reason, I don't know, but yeah. And then when they were sneaking around trying to get to the place, Piper was sitting there meditating, which I don't know why she was doing that like in the dead of night, and why, like, if she's allowed like outside, why are the others not allowed outside? It's just so many questions. Also, the fact that she doesn't speak. Like, if they were going for sort of a mute character, that would be actually really interesting, just considering that there are not many of them in like media. But I don't think they were, because otherwise they would have at least mentioned it somewhere, maybe in the wiki. But no, she's just sort of a character. In fact, I don't think they really mention much at all about her. Like, I literally forget that she was there until I went to like wiki and I was like, oh yeah, she's Ponytail Girl, because that's honestly all I remember her as. Honestly, after this, I really can't tell you about anything the characters were in, and it's kind of sad, because like before I used to be able to tell you like, oh, I remember this character from this episode and this is what they did, but now I'm just sort of going off what I might remember, because I still haven't rewatched the show, and I don't think I will, because honestly, nah. Because I can tell that the show is not great, and I'm not really sure what I would do now, since if I was going to rewatch the show and then do these, that would be better. But at this point I've just sort of not done that, so I don't want to like, you know, ruin that. Yeah. We're sort of getting into like the properly bland character designs, honestly. Like the next few characters that are lined up have honestly really bland character designs. It's like the character designers were really giving up on like what the characters should look like, and they're sort of just putting in random things like, oh, none of the characters have a high ponytail, let's do that. Oh, we also need a color palette, I know, let's just do a green blue. And they're sort of just trying to get it over with, and honestly I understand why. Making a big cast is really hard. Finally, just a little thing about the drawing size. I know that it's incredibly terrible, you can see the pixels and it's terrible, but I have figured out a method that I will use from the next episode onwards that should hopefully fix that. Also, about the overall size of the screen, I don't know what's going on there. For some reason it's small, but I can't tell why or how to fix it. So if you guys know a method, please tell me. Like, honestly, I need help. Well, thank you for watching. Please come again, subscribe, all of that. Bye!